What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So we're at the Whatever Podcast. And he's going to be talking to these young ladies, and he's going to ask questions about, basically, this is about immigration, migration, immigration, however you want to put it, things like that. So he's going to ask a few questions here. We're going to find out some things about the way New Age people think versus people that have had cultures that existed for thousands of years. So yeah, let's check this out, people. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
As far as it goes to the UK, do you think it would be racist for England to not want robust immigration to their country?
Absolutely not.
Well, thank you, but
Sorry, I know you're talking to them, but I was giving my
that's
two
fine.
cents.
When you say robust immigration, do you mean legal immigration? Would it be racist?
It could be both, but let's say, how about this?
I don't think it's
they
racist.
They want England to remain English.
And not having, even through legal process, like other nationalities?
I mean, I suppose the country could allow some degree of legal immigration, but they might just say, you know what, we don't want to take in people from, it doesn't have to, could be African countries, it could be Middle Eastern countries. We don't want to take in people from these countries. Do you think that that's problematic?
I think I would have to look at the reasoning behind that, because it could be a thing of white nationalist English, we want this one identity in our country, or it could be
wrong? Is that wrong though?
I think that's wrong. I think that's kind of racist. I think.
Wow.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on here. So now it's about to get a little sticky, people. It's about to get a little sticky. Okay? Just pay attention here. We're having class tonight, whatever time this video. It is what it is. But listen, look, on some real shit though, the way that he explained it to her basically breaks this thing down. We're talking about England has a huge history, a long lineage of culture. We over here in America has been America this way that we know it to be technically for what, maybe 200 years, maybe, of course, a little bit more than 200 now, stuff like that. But we have all these newfangled ideas that we could just allow, because we are a melting pot of a country, with different cultures and stuff like that. And we're the hugest melting pot on the planet, if you just really want to take this for facts and reality. So, these people got a lot of different ideas here, but this young lady here, she's not looking at the big picture. I'm sorry, but I got to say this. That country, England, has been England for, well over, close to 1,000 years. That's a monarchy that's been existing for a long time. Those people have been passing blood down, stuff like that. Not just the monarch, but the people that, live in England, the plagues and all the stuff that these people went through in that country. If they want to keep that country English, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Sorry. But over here in America, due to the fact that we're such a melting pot, a lot of us, have never really experienced ancestry from our own countries. And you get what I mean by that. Some of us, still brought their country over here. The Italians did, the Jews did, everybody did, but in their own homeland, they're keeping their homelands their homeland. Just like when the Nigerians come over here and all this, their homeland is still their homeland. And they're not allowing anything to change their homeland, but we're allowing all this shit to change over here right amongst us in the United States, and ain't nobody talking about it. Shit's crazy.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Sorry, let's keep going a little bit here, because I think this is going to get a little bit more wilder.
If you looked at it in a way where it's a lot of illegal or even legal immigration is disrupting other things like the economy or anything like that, then I think, sure. I mean, that's more complicated, but that's not necessarily racist.
I see. What about, for example,
I think white nationalism is kind of racist, but yeah. Continue.
What about Japanese nationalism?
Oh yeah, Japan during World War II?
No. So what I'm talking about is, you realize that the majority of people who live in Japan, they're an ethnic group. They're Japanese.
Right.
Right.
Right. So let's make that clear, right? Just like the British are, the Persians, over there in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying, Philippines, they're a culture that's been existing that way for a long period of time. Let's keep going.
So if the Japanese, through their majority political will, said, we want to keep Japan Japanese, ethnically Japanese, we don't want to allow in immigrants.
That's bad. I disagree with that.
So every single...
Oh, man, yeah. Hey, that's what it is over here in America. Oh, that's bad.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Oh, that's bad. So, yeah, we need to go over there and tell Japan that if they don't allow these illegals up in there, it's going to be a huge problem out here. Because you know what? Japan been existing for almost 2,000 years, and they got their samurais and stuff like that, and their lineage and stuff that they're very proud of. But they're just supposed to allow all these newfangled people to come into their homeland, set up shop, and just, you know, completely change the samurai into something else that's non-existent or is crazy. Hey, I'm just saying.
Country ought to allow in immigrants, and they should lose their ethnicity, essentially.
I don't think, like, when it comes to legal immigration, when it comes to who we should accept legally, I don't think you should start discriminating based on ethnicity and race.
Well, let's say the Japanese, it wasn't like, well, you know what, we're going to let in other, Asians, we're going to let in whites, but we won't let in, these other people. They were just like,
That's
you know
bad.
what, nobody can come in. We want to keep, obviously tourism's okay, right? We want to keep Japan Japanese. Is that wrong for the Japanese people to want that?
I think it's kind of, I don't think it's the best.
Look at everybody's face. Look at everybody's face. Hey, look at everybody's face, boy. They quiet as a church mouse pissing on cotton out here. Y'all ain't got nothing to say? Okay, you ain't saying nothing? Okay, yeah. Y'all know this is crazy. I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm not gonna be a fool. I'm not boo-boo the fool. If people in Japan collectively as an ethnic group, just like white people in America, they're a certain ethnic group, you know what I'm saying? The Italians, the Jews, the French, you know what I'm saying? Because we're a melting pot over here in America, just like Black Americans. We have our own ethnic group. Man, come on, bro. They've been over there for 2,000 years. How the fuck you gonna go over there and tell them people they need to change who the fuck they are when they like who they are?
So what the French toast is
The
there
fuck
to
is
think
that? I thought everybody's supposed to have the freedom to live how they want to live, or be who they want to be, or whatever the fuck. You gonna go over there and tell Japan they need to change a 2,000-some-year-old tradition. That they standing 10 toes down on. Okay. That's how you get dumbass shit popped off, like wars and stuff. Let's keep going.
Thing. I don't think it would benefit Japan. There's clearly there's a lot of people who go to study in Japan, who work in Japan, like expats, and I think people from other countries can bring a lot to Japan. So
yeah, that's a small demographic of people at one time. Not an overwhelming flood of people that's been flown in by government planes and also let in through borders and shit like that at millions of a time. That ain't the same thing. You take a couple of people in that make it work with your universities, your government, stuff like that to help you, shit like that to help innovate and motivate the people of that country. That's a whole nother situation. She don't even know what the fuck she talking about.
I don't think it's a good thing. I don't know. I don't believe in this whole
what's wrong
ethnocentric.
What's wrong with Japan as it is?
Nothing's wrong.
And with their own culture and their own people, what's wrong with them that they're failing?
Nothing's wrong with Japan as it is.
But you said it would be bad to exclude what these other people are bringing. That would indicate some sort of failing amongst the Japanese populace.
That's definitely not what I said. Again,
sounds like it, but okay.
Okay. What I'm saying that I don't agree with is this stance of, okay, when it comes to who we want to allow in our country, we're going to start discriminating based on ethnicity, based on race, based on identity things.
We do it all the time. Why you think America's so fucking separated? Y'all people.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Stop it. Stop it right now. Why you think of such thing as the suburbs and the hood is two different places? Them two different totally places. The suburbs and the hood. Two different total mindsets, ways of living, ways of eating food, all types of stuff. That's the culture. She gonna go over there and tell Japan that they can't be Japan after 2,000 years, and she gonna be in for a rude awakening.
Things to do with that. Like, we have certain metrics in the US of like who is allowed in legally. Like, you look at like what you're contributing to this country, what kind of job you have. My family's had to go through the whole process. Like, those are not based on your ethnicity, your race, anything to do with your identity. Those are reasonable, right?
Yeah,
if
I think the United States
based on ethnicity or identity, then I don't agree with it. That's what I'm saying.
I think the United States is different insofar as because there's so many different populations that have been in the United States.
Right.
But I'm speaking specifically.
Right. The melting pot. So we think different over here, en masse, collectively as a country that has its own culture, just like every country has a culture. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, we think differently. And we think that, Japan should not want to be Japan no more. Hey, I'm just saying.
About Japan, the Japanese, they are their own ethnicity. Right. And so
Japan is not purely Japanese.
Well, sure. Yeah. There are some people that have moved there. But like, I don't think, for example, if I went through the process and moved to Japan and I even became a citizen, I'm not even sure if
I don't know what
that's even possible, really.
It probably is.
Right.
There's people who
like live there long term, can move there. I don't know.
I think they can gain citizenship.
Can you?
Yeah.
In any case, even if I've been there for 20 years and I do gain citizenship, am I Japanese?
If you lived there for 20 years, like you've really assimilated into your life there and the culture there and everything, and you have a job there, and it's like your nationality now, then yeah, to a degree.
But I don't think I'm Japanese.
Every month, this Airbnb.
Man, all right, listen, look. So, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, you guys.
I would kind of consider myself American. I'm not like ethnically like a white American or an indigenous American. So again, I don't think it depends on your identity.
What do you call it when a bunch of white people go to Asian countries or African countries and they want to take the jobs there? They want to start owning lands there. They want to dictate into that culture. They want to bring their culture to that culture. What do you call that when white people do that?
Well, you just mentioned like business ventures, and now you're talking about culture.
Well,
you said like, they want to own land there?
No, y'all been talking about culture the whole time. Where the fuck her mind been at?
And what the French toast is there to think
Oh,
about?
Lord, this what I'm talking about. The stupid shit. They've been talking about culture the whole time. All right, we got a little bit more to go. Let's keep going.
You want to own
Well,
land
wouldn't
there?
you? Yeah, I mean,
That's not bringing your culture there, is it?
Well, these are all separate things. But my question is, when white people go to, various countries all over the world, what would you call that historically?
I think you're okay. Like, if you're talking specifically, like,
say it
in this case about like a white person, like
Say it.
pursuing a business venture in Japan, I think that's just someone.
But let's say there's a lot of white people that were going to these countries.
Okay, if they start like
what would we call that?
If they start conquesting the country and like overriding the government and treating the people badly, then that would be colonization. But that's not what.
Oh, she said it.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Well, listen, look, basically the point that, what I'm saying, I can't think of the gentleman's name here, was trying to prove, what I'm saying, was that the colonization of any place that any country or people of that country, ethnic group, hardcore, that, generations can be found in that country. If those people don't want to change their country, they have a right to not want to. Listen, look, man, I get it over here in America, bro. We used to this new age thinking of freedom. We're a huge melting pot. I'm not negating that fact that it's a bunch of different cultures from around the world that, have been here also for generations, have grew up here, stuff like that, citizens of this nation. And I'm not negating that. but we do have a certain open mind over here as, you know, Americans, that the rest of the world, you know, with thousands of years of lineage, and we're the baby of the world. I don't think a lot of you people know this out here or try to accept these facts and stuff like that, that America is the baby of the planet.
So what the French toast is
America's the baby of the planet. And nowadays we're sitting around here as the baby of the planet, thinking that we're going to go out here and tell all these elders, well, you need to sit your old ass down. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I want to send these people from Timbuktu over there with you. You need to accept these folks, treat these people this and that. And if they take away your culture, screw that. It's time for change. No. America is the baby daughter of the fucking planet, and the rest of the planet is consisted of elderly men and some elderly women, and some, you know, it just is what it is. Well, I'm explaining it to you in this way so you could get the big picture. All those European countries, those are the elders of the world. We're the baby, and you trying to tell these grown ass people that's been living how they've been living, good or bad, throughout the centuries, to let you change what the fuck they done been through and the struggle and strife that they went through as a culture throughout the centuries, to hold on to their fucking culture. You people are playing.
So what the French toast is there to think
Y'all
about?
stupid out here. And I ain't agreeing with that. Shout out to the Whatever Podcast, man. It's going down. I like this real quick. You know, I'm gonna leave the link in case you want to watch the full video all the way through. It's all good, baby. But I'm telling you right now, man, that's a huge issue. You know what I'm saying? Bro. You don't go nowhere telling people that country is older than yours what the fuck to do with their country. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.